Jmath.
The total interest on a loan. So this is another advanced topic in the financial math chapter in grade 12. So let's take a look at it step by step, and I hope it makes sense at the end of this video. So if you take a loan from someone, let's say you borrow 100 Rand from a friend, and they say, okay, you can pay me back at the end of the month, but then I want 110 Rand. I'm going to charge you 10% interest this month. So I borrowed 100, I'm paying back 110. So the difference between that is the interest. Okay, sounds pretty easy if everything happens at the end of the loan. So question 1 with Amy, I just put an example there to show you how easy it can be, but that's not grade 12. So the question with Tony is what you actually can expect in exams, and then it's a little bit more confusing. So if I look at the formulas on the top of the screen, interest is always equal to what I actually paid minus what I actually borrowed. And if it's happening in the middle of a loan period, then you use that formula at the top. Guys, remember, total payments is just, like I said, everything I paid. So if I have an X value, and I know I paid the X value 30 times or 24 times, I just multiply those two to get the total payments. Then I need to take the total payments and then minus the original loan minus the outstanding balance. And then we use the formula we just did in the previous video on outstanding balance. Let's do these two sums, and hopefully you will have more clarity by the end of this. Question 1. Amy paid off her 10,000 Rand loan in 2 years by means of monthly payments of 480 Rand. The interest was 14% per annum, compounded monthly, determined the total interest that she paid. Okay, so in this question, they gave me what she borrowed. I know what she repaid, and they were talking about the whole loan. So I don't actually need to do too many calculations. I can say the total that she borrowed, so the total loan, is equal to 10,000 Rand. I can say the total payments is equal to what she paid each month multiplied by how many times she paid it. So times 24. That gives me 11,520. So therefore, the interest for Amy was everything she paid minus the whole total that she borrowed. And therefore, it's just 1,520 Rand. Okay. This is the easiest example. Let's now go to one that's a lot trickier. Question 2. Tony takes out a bank loan and pays it off in monthly installments of 2,000 Rand, starting in 1 month's time. The interest is 18% compounded monthly, and the duration of the loan is 5 years. So that's what they agreed upon at the beginning when he went to the bank. Now calculate the original amount that Tony borrowed. So firstly, I'm going to do present value because it's loans and he's repaying back the money. So I am looking for present value. I know X is equal to 2,000 Rand. They told me what I is 18% compounded monthly, and N, the original plan was 5 times 12, so N was 60 months. So I'm just going to sub in all of that in the present value formula and then see what the original loan was. If I type in all of that on the calculator, it tells me he borrowed 78,760.54 Rand initially. So that's the answer for question A. Question B, calculate the outstanding balance after 3 years. So you now know the formula. So I am just going to sub into the formula and then see what we get. So we are going to take the total that he borrowed. So that's my P value, 760.54. We're going to add a compound interest bracket, so 0.18 over 12. They are asking me for the balance after 3 years. So not 60 months, but 36 months, actually. Then I'm going to minus a future value for 36 months. So I know his monthly payment was 2,000, and this is future value, so the bracket comes first, 1 plus 0.18 over 12 to the power 36 minus 1, and then over 0.18 to the power 12. If I type that in the calculator, I get... So once again, you can type in these ones separately and then get the answer. So my calculator tells me his outstanding balance after 3 years is 40,060 Rand and 81 cents. So now question C, how much interest did Tony pay in the 3 years? So I'm going to use that formula that we started with at the beginning of the video. So to figure out the total that he paid, I can just say I know X was 2,000. I know he paid this for 36 months because they said after 3 years. The original loan was the 78,760.54, and the outstanding balance was 40,060.81. The total that he paid is 72,000, and this bracket has a value of 38,699.73, and therefore his interest came to an amount of 3,300.27 Rand. Okay. Perfect. So it's quite ridiculous. It's almost 50% of what he borrowed was just his interest. But that is how the real world works, unfortunately. Okay, guys, now you know how to work out the interest on a loan. I hope it makes sense. It can be tricky, especially because it's not on a formula sheet. So please study this formula. It's not going to be in every exam, but more than half of the past 10 years had an interest question in it. So please don't let them catch you out. A question like this can easily be between 5 to 7 marks. Good luck.
If this video helped you, please like and subscribe.
Jmath.